Hey.
Okay, we're live. So we're live.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get in.
Hey people that might watch this after it's uploaded
Yep, because nobody's watching it while it's live.
because it's night.
And also because nobody watches my videos while they're live. This is my second live stream, actually.
Really?
Yeah, the first one
This
was
is
the
like
first
my fifth. This is like the 56 I've been in because I've made so many failing ones at Aiden's house. There were I just never.
Yeah,
worked.
like 10.
Yes, I know, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I did one. It was 12 minutes. I didn't think anyone would watch it, but I just did it live because, you know, it's a faster upload when you do it live, actually.
Really?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, it actually did upload pretty quickly when I uploaded my half an hour long live stream.
Hopefully this one's good.
And I got like 21 views within like 11 minutes. It was
My
really
first live stream was going to be a live stream where I talked about the channel that we're on right now. It's not the Film Crew. It's my second channel.
Superhero Central.
Yeah, or my first channel.
I pretty much have gotten that since there was a
one-
bunch of movies right here.
That one is about superheroes. Yeah, but mostly I talk about superhero movies. But I do sometimes. I did one review of a comic book. One review of a comic book.
Why don't you do more?
Because I was in between my 15-part series where I reviewed a serial film.
Let's just get into this.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the MCU, and I don't have all the MCU movies. I have these are all the ones I have right now. I've got Thor, The Dark World, Thor, Spider-Man Homecoming, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America, The First Avenger, Black Panther, Avengers Age of Ultron, The Avengers, and Ant-Man. I've seen all of them, but I haven't got all of them yet because they're hard to get. Some of them are more expensive, and I don't have a lot of money. If you're looking to get movies for cheap, then there's a really good place. It's called Disc Traders in Kentwood, and it's really good. It's a really good place to get your stuff. So, do you want to start us off with Iron Man?
Darn it. Iron Man. Are you looking for Iron Man 3 or just Iron Man 2 or just Iron
You
Man?
do just Iron Man.
Well, I've only seen Iron Man.
No, you've only seen Iron Man 2. I know you've seen Iron Man 2. You might have seen Iron Man. It doesn't matter.
The one, is this the one where there are a bunch of, yeah, this is probably the one that I said.
Yeah, I think you've seen Iron Man 2 because I saw it in the car with you. I brought it in the car with you because I actually got Iron Man 2 before I got Iron Man.
Actually, we saw it one night. It was at it was not in the car, but yeah, but I've seen it before.
This is Iron Man.
Oh, I thought that was Iron Man 2. This is Iron Man.
Yeah, it's the first movie in the MCU.
Well, I actually don't know too much about the original Iron Man. I usually just do Iron Man. I just watch Iron Man 2. That's why.
That's the only movie you've ever seen, and you've only seen it once. You haven't seen very many movies in the MCU. You're not a big MCU person.
I know I've at least seen part of one of these Thor ones. I watched it once with you.
Oh yeah, you watched Thor: The Dark World with me. That was a disaster.
And then the Spider-Man one was
Spider-Man Homecoming.
The Spider-Man one we reviewed. Is more like a comic. Look, if we
reviewed
if
Spider-Man.
we've reviewed. I can't even say it. We've reviewed the original Spider-Man, but the thing was, it's more of a comedy. It looks more of a comedy thing. If we ever
We've never reviewed Spider-Man.
if we no, remember we had a whole trial over it.
No, that was Spider-Man, not Spider-Man: Homecoming. This is the MCU. That was just an
but
awful
like
movie.
I mean, it's more of a comedy thing. Like seriously, if you ever see it uploaded on this channel or
We didn't really review it. We kind of just argued about things that weren't.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
if you
for
see
the
it,
entire
if
time.
you ever see it uploaded, trust me, that was supposed to be 100% true. That was not supposed to be a joke.
Very.
Anyway,
Stop. Try to stop stuttering. I'm not insulting you. It's kind of annoying.
well, can we just?
Yeah, we can get on. It's Iron Man. This is the first movie in the MCU, the very first one. So, I'm gonna read the back, as I'll do with all of them. Suit up for action with Robert Downey Jr. in the ultimate adventure movie you've been waiting for, Iron Man. When jet-setting genius industrialist Tony Stark is captured in enemy territory, he builds a high-tech suit of armor to escape. Now he's on a mission to save the world as a hero who's built, not born, to be unlike any other. Co-starring Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges, and Gwyneth Paltrow. It's a fantastic high-flying journey that is hugely entertaining. The Wall Street Journal. Joe Morgenstern with the Wall Street Journal, actually, whoever he is. Funny thing, Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays Pepper Potts, was gonna be in Vanilla Ice's movie Cool as Ice, but her dad forbade her from being in it because he thought it would hurt her career.
Why does this?
And it probably would have hurt her career. I mean,
There
was
are
an
some
amazing
things
movie.
what you just said reminded me of for some reason, but I'm not gonna say them because you probably don't want me to say them because it
Go
might
ahead.
be-
Is it Fortnite? Or is it
No, it's
flossing?
nothing about games.
Or
Or
TikTok?
like no, nothing about that type of stuff. It's related to movies, I guess.
Go ahead. I don't
There
care. You've
are
not
these.
seen any
There are
inappropriate
these.
movies.
There are these.
You've not seen any porn.
Avengers, old Captain America movies.
Oh, the 1944 one?
Yeah,
I
those
reviewed all of
really
those.
old ones. One of the characters in that last name was Dick.
First of all, that was the actor that played Captain America,
I
Dick
know.
Purcell, which
Yeah.
is short for Richards. You know that.
Why is?
Hey, Dad, can you tell me why Dick is short for Richards?
What?
Can you tell me why Dick is short for Richards? Almond's asking.
I don't know, it probably has to do with, some sort of 400-year-old English tradition.
Yeah, a
What
stupid 400-year-old English tradition. It's just like having frickin' whatever they are, the Queen. I
It's
hate.
like how Peggy is short for Margaret.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense at all.
It makes no sense.
I know it makes no sense, but it's.
Why is Dick technically a bad word if it's
Dick
literally
isn't a
short?
bad word. I can say Dick.
People's our parents say it's a bad word, and then
And no, I don't think our
then
parents
it
say it.
stands for Richards. It means
Yeah.
Richards.
Yeah, but whatever. No, Richard, not Richards.
Hey, you little Richards.
Richards, I think, is a last name. But whatever. So, Iron Man, it's a movie. This is the first point. This is the first movie to come out in the MCU. The first one. The first one, okay? And
It's very special.
I don't know what happened. There's a few things. Iron Man is kind of different than all the MCU movies. First of all, it's like the
It's
first
about a
one,
man in a-
you know. And also, they had another guy play Rhodey Rhodes. I don't know who he is. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, I think, played him. But hey, Dad, do you know who Terrence Howard is?
Son, I can't hear you.
Do you know who Terrence Howard is?
No.
Well, I think he's the guy who played Rhodey. And then in Iron Man 2, he got fired or he quit. And they replaced him with Don Cheadle, and I think that was definitely a good idea because he's not very good in this movie. Although I would have preferred it stay Terrence Howard because it's easier that way. It's better that way. It's amazing how the crowd marvels at Don Cheadle's whatever. I was gonna make a joke, but I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's actually quite interesting because it's about stuff that happens like in the Middle East, and I'm pretty sure that was pretty. I'm gonna stop messing with your hair. Okay, I think this was
resealed us or something.
I think this was supposed to be some type of thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Iron Man, there's a lot to talk about because this is first movie. This was directed by Jon Favreau.
Time's up. Moving on.
Whatever. No, it was directed by Jon Favreau, who plays his guy.
Did he play Happy?
Happy Hogan, yeah. He's directed Iron Man 2, and he plays Happy Hogan, which is in more movies than he's actually directed in the MCU. But whatever. Also, Robert Downey Jr., amazing casting. So let's move on from there. No, not Iron Man 2. We gotta move to The Incredible Hulk, which is here somewhere.
I heard somebody saying it was a bad movie.
A lot of people think it's a bad movie.
What's the problem with Incredible? I mean, I've never seen it, but I don't see a problem with a giant green monster.
Just a second. I want to see if this covers your face in the camera. Can you move?
No. I see it covering my face through the reflection of the window. It's covering my face completely.
No,
fine.
it's not.
Yes, it is. I see my arms waving. I literally see them waving.
It's covering your face, but let's just move it over here.
Oh, I thought it wasn't in frame or something.
Yeah, you can still see it. I just wanted to make sure. So anyway, let's move on to our second movie. Now, this one is a funny case. Funny case. You know why? Almond, do you know why? Because it's weird. Okay. First of all, it's a different tone, which isn't good. This explosive, action-packed adventure in one of the all-time most popular superhero sagas unfolds with a cure in reach for the world's most primal force of fury, the Incredible Hulk. Scientist Bruce Banner, Edward Norton, is living in the shadows, scouring the planet for an antidote, but oh my gosh, what are these big words? The warmongers who dream of scientist Bruce Banner. Sorry, I think I just started the line over again. But the warmongers who dream of abusing his powers won't leave him alone, nor will his need to be with the only woman who has ever loved Betty Ross, Liv Tyler. Our brilliant doctor is ruthlessly pursued by the Abomination, a nightmarish beast of pure adrenaline and aggression whose powers match the Hulk's own. And a fight of comic book proportions ensues, threatening New York with total destruction. Okay, first of all, this takes place in Harlem, not New York. So it got it wrong. I don't think they ever go to New York this entire movie. The entire movie they stay in not New York. Yeah, they mostly are in other countries, and the final battle is in Harlem. So they never go to New York. I don't know why it says that.
Because they were acting like, I guess they weren't as smart then.
I don't know. Maybe they thought it would take place in New York, but It's been confirmed that the final battle took place in where did I play? What did I say?
Harlem.
Harlem, yeah. And they mostly were in other countries, like Indonesia or whatever. Oh no, they do go to New York. Yeah, they do. They do actually at one point in the movie. The reason that this is such a weird movie is because Edward Norton does not play the Hulk in any other movie. Yeah, Libby. So in the Avengers, which is the next time we see him, he's played by another dude who's famous or something. He was in. I have the Avengers here somewhere. Here it is. He's played by Mark Ruffalo. And that is because they probably couldn't afford Edward Norton because he's famous for Fight Club. And
Can I just?
yeah, if you want.
Only 16 minutes. That is.
Yeah, we should really stop going over to the camera. It's funny, you know, because the thing is, hey, sit down. You have to sit down on your. The thing is, the movie is basically just him getting hunted by Ross, and only 2 characters ever show up again. Him and Ross, and one of them's played by a different character. And Ross, I shouldn't really have come up. I didn't even notice it until somebody pointed it out to me. Can you stop moving that chair, please? Thank you. It's not a good film, but I think people hate it a lot more than they should, because it's. I thought the first time I saw it, I thought this is really bad. This is really bad. And when I rewatched it, I was like, it's not that bad. I mean, it's boring, it's kind of dull, and obviously the Hulk fighting Abomination was kind of stupid because it was just a more stronger version of the Hulk, and I hate when they do that. But I mean, it was actually pretty okay. I would definitely not say it's my least favorite movie, or my second least favorite movie, actually. There's a completely different style, and, you know, I can say for sure that go in with low expectations, but it's not a bad movie. It's not a horrible movie. Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
Are you done?
No?
When are you going to be done with your episode?
Oh, you're switching.
I kind of
I
want
want to check it.
I kind of want to switch to somebody else now.
Switch who? Switch what?
The person, you'll come back. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Hey, someone's doing a live stream, and he's getting a bunch of people, and like including me. I just went. If someone's doing a live stream, and he's getting a bunch of people, including me, I just went. And he's like, I'll be back in a second, but he wants you to sit in that chair and help him review. I don't know.
I'm not the best.
I know. I didn't either, but I was completely fine.
Hey,
Okay.
so
Where am I supposed to sit?
just in this chair.
It's a live stream, by the way.
Okay.
So this is Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Is it Mom in frame?
Yep.
Okay. So this is Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr. returns as billionaire Tony Stark in this thrilling sequel to the worldwide blockbuster. Now that his superhero secret has been revealed, Tony's life is more intense than ever. Everyone wants in on the Iron Man technology, whether for power or profit, but for Ivan Vanko Whiplash, it's revenge. Tony must once again suit up and face his most dangerous enemy yet, but not without a few new allies of his own, co-starring Mickey Rourke, Gwyneth Paltrow, Don Cheadle, and Scarlett Johansson. Iron Man 2 is spectacular.
I don't like the Iron Man movies. I think Iron Man is annoying.
You don't like Iron Man movies?
Not really.
Well, I mean, maybe you haven't seen Iron Man, right?
Yeah, I've seen Iron Man.
first Iron Man, or
I've seen the first one and the second one, I think, and then I saw the Spider-Man where he was in it a little bit.
you think Iron Man's annoying?
Yes, I don't like that character. He's like totally self-centered.
I'm sending Dad the
narcissist.
link to this.
Isn't that
live
the
thing.
point, though? Right? Like, isn't that his character? Just because he's like bad doesn't mean he's not.
Well, I don't know if that's his
well-written
character or not because I've never read
Well, yeah, he is.
comic
You know,
books.
they literally say he's a narcissist in Iron Man. And in this movie, they call him a narcissist.
Well, maybe that's why I don't like him so much.
Well, I mean,
Plus, I don't like that actor too much.
do you think he's a well-written character?
I don't know. He doesn't seem that interesting to me.
How? How?
Because he just cares about himself.
But
He has all
how does
these-
that make him? That just makes him like not a good character. That makes him flawed, but that doesn't make him a badly written character. Like, do you have a reason that he's badly written?
Well, don't you think he's a little one-dimensional?
How?
Because all he does is invent things with the money that he inherited from his dad.
Well, first of all, he doesn't just inherit. He made a lot of that money, but then there's also the fact that that's kind of the point, though. The fact that he's such a narcissist and that he's trying to be above that in all the Iron Man movies. He doesn't have a very good relationship. So in those Iron Man movies, he's explored where they talk about if he's good, or they talk about like how he has conflicts with himself. And he was in the Avengers, which was not it was good. It was really good. They explored the relationship between him and his father. They explore him having PTSD from the events of the Avengers, and they have his character be more developed in Captain America: Civil War, which is you have to like Iron Man.
I don't know if
That's
I've
like
seen
a rule.
Captain America: Civil War. Have I?
It's a rule. You have to like Iron Man. It's a rule. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Iron Man's amazing. Hey, don't hit the table.
Okay, well, what's the
Especially
next
if
movie?
Iron Man wasn't this rich, he wouldn't have that suit, and the whole movie
That's
wouldn't.
true.
The whole movie wouldn't even exist if he wasn't.
Like, he
rich.
doesn't just have powers, right?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have powers, but I guess you
Yes.
could say that if
Except for
Captain
the power
America-
to invent an element.
I mean, yeah, that's smart. I mean, I guess you could say, if Bruce Banner wasn't a scientist, okay, then he wouldn't have been become the Hulk, which is basically what you're saying for Iron Man.
But the
Because
Hulk, it's like his body changes, right? It's not a machine.
well, yeah, but he invented that machine. And the thing is, even though he invented some of his stuff with his father's money, he did like a lot better than his dad. He like quadrupled their fortune. He is the creator of what we know now as Stark Industries, apparently.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that he definitely did work for his thing, and that's kind of, he's trying to look at what a celebrity is. You know how a celebrity, like Donald Trump, thinks he's narcissistic and thinks he's better than everyone because he's so smart, unlike Donald Trump, I guess. That's not a very good comparison.
Yeah.
Wait, did it?
But he has to realize that he's not the center of everything, and that's
Right.
the development of his character in the movies he's in. So I
Okay.
think that he's a well-written
That's
character,
true.
but we
Wait,
can,
He does change over
Agree.
time, is what you're saying.
yeah, but we can agree to disagree.
Well, I maybe haven't seen all the episodes you have either, or the show.
The movies.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't the
You've only done 3 so far?
wasn't the
Yeah.
Marvel company that made all these movies?
yeah, Marvel. the first,
Wait.
Marvel has never made, like, company Marvel has never made any movies until they made Iron Man. They did not
Really?
make any other movies. The only movies they made are the MCU movies, which is amazing.
Well, what I was gonna say is if there was a Marvel Land, which might happen.
Like Legoland?
If there
but
was a
Land?
Marvel Land, what if there was like, a pretend Stark Expo in it?
And you know that you can't talk unless you're on.
He's okay. His voice can be heard.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just I'm saying he's not on, so he shouldn't really be talking.
I'm on now.
Oh, I can see Amon's hand. All right, one more movie, and then I have to take
So we've
Aussie
got
out
Thor.
side. Okay. So I think I like Thor, but you know that I have a bone to pick with this movie. I've already shared it with you before.
The world has many heroes, but only one is good. When the arrogant warrior Thor, Chris Hemsworth from Star Trek, is banished to Earth from his homeworld of Asgard, he must fight to reclaim his lost powers. Pursued by an invasion force sent to destroy him, the fallen god of thunder must rise to the battle and learn what it takes to become a true hero. Natalie Portman, Black Swan, and Anthony Hopkins, Beowulf, also star in the blockbuster adventure critics are calling thrilling, entertaining, and cool. Harry Knowles ain't it cool news.
Okay, so Thor is like
I
the
bet.
super loser guy
Oh.
who isn't doing anything he's supposed to do,
Wow.
and does he go to Earth, or his dad sends him to Earth, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, he's a flawed character, and I wouldn't say he's a hero originally. Okay.
But I want to finish
But I'm just okay. I just wanted to say I think you don't really understand.
at the beginning. I'm just
how-
saying at the beginning that's what happens, right?
Yeah, because
And
at the
he-
beginning,
and his
most of
dad-
the characters aren't really heroes, but then through the movie they develop. I just wanted
But
to
his
point that
dad
out to you.
sends him to Earth. That's what
Yeah,
happens
his
at the
dad
beginning, right?
sends him to Earth.
So he has this adopted brother who's actually trying to do the right thing. He's trying to do
Well,
what he's
except for
supposed to do.
take over the throne. And
No,
then
but at the
kills
beginning-
15 people.
At the
in
beginning of the
20
movie,
days.
the brother is trying to be
Yeah,
a
I
good
actually,
guy.
I would have. It's like how I love seeing like villains be good. You know how I love seeing Lex Luthor in the first season of Smallville because it's interesting to see how a villain is a good person
Mhm.
and how he reacts to that type of thing.
Well, I felt like that about Once Upon a Time, that show,
Yeah.
because the evil queen, like, she starts out really bad, and she wants to be better eventually, you know.
Yeah, and I watched that show too, all the way through, except for season 7, which isn't
Yeah.
good. You shouldn't watch
Somebody
season
join.
7.
So the point though is that the adopted brother, what's his name?
Loki.
Loki is trying to do the right thing and be a good son and be a good leader.
Well, actually, he
But
starts.
then Thor comes back and everybody's like, "Oh, Thor, you're the best," blah blah blah, and then they are mean to him.
Have you ever seen the movie? Because that doesn't happen.
Okay.
The point of Loki's character is to show how he's driven by selfishness. He has good intentions,
Mhm.
but he's driven by selfishness, and that drives him to become a bad person. And that's what I think is really good because the thing is, Thor also has good intentions, but is driven by being a big hero, and then he goes to Earth and learns how he can be better, how he can be better because he's, he can become
Yeah.
a better person. How
So
he
when
can
he
go
goes back,
home
he's
and
a better person.
when he goes there back to Earth, he develops as a character and realizes I am not the center of the world.
Mhm.
I can be a better person and I shouldn't be driven by all this hatred and everything. But then Loki, he stays and he gains power and he realizes I can be in charge of everyone, and he tries to manipulate his father. He tries to kill an entire realm, and he thinks that he can try and become the center of the world. He tries to become the ruler of the world. So he's actually kind of a story of Hitler, sort of.
Wow.
But then in later movie, he actually develops into a better character.
Really?
Yeah,
Which
he
movie
does.
does he develop in?
Well, a lot of them. I mean,
How many are there? There's
so I
Thor.
mean, there's Thor, and then there was the Avengers, and then Thor: The Dark World, and then Thor: Ragnarok.
So I think I've seen Thor, and then I've seen Thor Ragnarok, but I haven't seen the middle one. I think, right? Thor Ragnarok is the one where he's like dangling from the. No wait. What movie am I thinking of? The one with Chris Pratt.
That's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, thinking of a different movie. So maybe I haven't seen those. I think I've seen the first one, or at least part of it. I don't know. I just think Loki's a little bit misunderstood and mistreated.
Well, that was yeah. I mean, he was.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but the thing is, he still became evil. I mean, we can't disagree. There's
Yeah.
not really an argument. He did become evil. He did kill thousands of people, and he did try. He did go to Germany and ask all of the Germans to kneel down to him because he
Wow.
was his god. He did that in the Avenger. I mean, I don't know how you can be more blatantly Hitler than
That's
than
true.
how in Man of Steel is like Jesus, basically. That's how Zack Snyder is trying to make him Jesus the entire
That's
time.
true.
It's stupid. I don't understand why he tried to do that. But we're not ranting about the DC movies. We might do that later.
Okay. So I'm
You-
gonna have Elijah come over and do 2 with you.
Okay, if
and
you
I'm
want.
gonna take the dead dog outside.
Okay. So we have a dog, Aussie, and he's cute. He's so cute.
And I have one more thing that has Thor. Didn't Thor find his hammer camouflaged as a stick in an ice?
That was in the comics, not in the movie.
Done.
I wish that had been in the movie, but the way they did it was actually different, and I think that was the way they did it in the movies was good too. So how long have we been doing this?
31 minutes.
31 minutes.
And
Okay,
10 seconds.
and 10 seconds. Well, we'll be there in a while. We've got quite a few movies to talk about next.
So we finished 4 and we're already at half an
Captain
hour.
America: The First Avenger is our next movie on our list of movies. Sorry, it's the wrong way. We have a lot to talk about here. So, Captain America leads the fight for freedom in the action-packed blockbuster starring Chris Evans as the ultimate weapon against evil. When a terrifying force threatens everyone across the globe, the world's greatest soldier wages war on the evil Hydra organization, led by the villainous Red Skull, Hugo Weaving. Critics and audiences alike salute Captain America: The First Avenger as total suspense, action, and fun. I love this movie. This is an amazing movie in my opinion. I guess it's not great. It's not like as good as Avengers Infinity War is, but it's really good. I think because of the way it's made. And I just think because this was like Captain America. It was really well written, and it was really good. So have you seen this movie?
I haven't. I've only seen some of these. I've seen 2 and I've seen 3 of them. Spider-Man: Homecoming
Oh yeah.
and I've seen 4 of them because I've seen what Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and Iron Man 3 is really creepy to me.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 is a Shane Black movie, so it's not very good. 'Cause I don't like Shane Black. Anyway, there's quite a bit to talk about here. I know I've said that like 4 times already, but my opinion, the first half of the movie is good, is really good actually. But then it's just him like being like just learning to be, oh, I'm gonna become Captain America and I'm amazing, and he like does a ton. I'm gonna write me a note. Let me see.
It's on the back of that thing.
Why the East emitted time of this?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The estimated time of this live stream ending is 1 hour 45 minutes.
What do you mean?
We're estimating that it will end at 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Why?
Cause?
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Beautiful, isn't it?
There. I like this movie. The first half, everyone thinks is amazing because it's just him learning to be amazing and be the American hero, because he hasn't been an American hero. He's wimpy. He wants to be an American hero, though. So He's a really good guy. He's almost perfect, and I think that's actually kind of a problem. And it would be really hard. It's really hard to make a perfect person a hero and a complicated one. And that's why I think that this movie is really amazing at how it even got made. Because Captain America isn't very flawed. So, you know, they talk about how I know a lot of people think that this movie is okay, just okay, but I mean, I think that the way they execute it is actually quite astounding how they were able to.
I've seen half of the movie, but not the entire thing. Also, I've seen the entire movie in game form.
Game form?
Like, it's in a game.
They made a game of this?
Game form.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a level of a game. It's Lego Avengers.
Lego Avengers? I don't think that they...
There's a game called Lego Avengers.
I'm pretty sure that they didn't make this in Lego Avengers. This
They
is Captain
put it
America.
in. They put
Ow!
it in.
Ow! Don't bite me.
Well, it's not the same. But whatever.
I am. I'm just pouring milk.
The
And now it's walking into the fridge.
half of first, as I said, the first half is great because it's him exploring. Because first of all, the special effects, the de-aging process that they use in most of the movies is not good. But in this movie, they basically got his head, like Chris Evans' head, on like some smaller dude's face, and it's amazing how they were able to do that. I am astounded. Everyone's talking about how that was amazing. But then when he became muscly Chris Evans and everything, then he became great, and the entire time where he's trying to be great is good. And then after that, it's still good, but it's not as good as it was before. The great part is Red Skull. I mean, he's not a well-written character, but he's amazingly acted. Nobody else could play this. Nobody else but Hugo Weaving could play this character. Nobody. Amon, what do you want?
Nothing.
Oh, I just thought you were trying to signal me. And the makeup's actually really good.
This is the signal for you.
That's Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
This is the signal for you.
What is
This
that?
is a clock. Okay, fine. This is a signal for you. Okay, that's a signal.
Are we talking about it?
Your breath is horrible. Get away from me.
I know it is.
His morning breath is still
Yeah,
at 9:34.
Yeah, it's late. It's pretty late, actually. There's not much to talk. I think I got through most of it. I think I got pretty far in this one.
I want to do
Dun,
two
dun, dun, dun.
movies
Yeah.
with you.
We're going.
And then I'm gonna switch to me again.
Hey, Almond, actually, do you want for our next movie for you to go in my place?
And then you're in the other.
We're talking about the Avengers. Have you seen that?
Okay. Just a second.
How about this? Elijah, you come on. And Dad, you do Avengers with Elijah.
No, you gotta do
No,
it.
I'm getting.
Well, I kind of wanted to take a break to eat some cereal.
It's
your
I'll switch
live
it so in
stream.
places.
Alright, it's your live stream, so
So
what's that?
Okay.
Almond, your job is to get me a bowl of cereal, Rice Krispie treat. Rice Krispies, please.
What's going on?
I'm hungry. That's why I asked.
No, I mean, what's going on this live stream? What are we talking about?
So we're talking about the MCU. So I'm going through the movies in order of release, and the first movie. Well, I mean, I went through all these: the Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, and Captain America: The First Avenger. And now we're going on to the Avengers.
We've
Or
only gotten to
Marvel's
the Avengers?
Yeah, I'm doing them
wow.
in thorough detail.
Wow, okay.
I don't even know what they look like. Is this it?
Yeah, that's them. Okay, Marvel makes cinematic history as it unites the superhero team of a lifetime. Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., Captain America, Chris Evans, the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, and Thor, Chris Hemsworth, assembled together for the first time ever in this epic action-packed blockbuster alongside Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, and Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson, director Joss Whedon,
This is
creates
not a
an
dog
unexpected
bowl.
masterpiece that has become a global phenomenon, packed with spectacular special effects. This must-own movie sensation boasts exclusive bonus features that transport you deep into the world of Marvel's The Avengers, including a never-before-seen Marvel short film, an interactive second screen experience, and Marvel's highly anticipated first-ever gag reel. Hey, does this have milk? And it doesn't have a spoon.
Fine, I'll get milk and spoon for you.
Thank
How
you.
much do you want poured in?
Just
no,
get him a glass
Yeah, I'll pour my
and a spoon. Right, so the Avengers is like really supposed to be Marvel's second stringers all getting together in a book together, right? I mean, Captain America, if I recall correctly, was not an original Avenger, was he?
Actually, no, he wasn't.
It was Iron Man, Hulk, Ant-Man,
And the Wasp. And
And
I
the
was
Wasp.
really mad because I actually, when this movie came out in 2010, the same year as the iPad,
and Thor.
and Thor, yeah. I saw it and I was like, how old was I? I don't even remember. I was
2009?
no, 2010.
Okay,
This came out in
just
2010. It was like old, and I watched it, and the thing is, I read the comics, and I talked to you, and I loved Ant-Man. I actually loved Ant-Man, and I was so upset that he wasn't in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then he
I
got
was
his
too.
movie like later, and
Especially since he was in that really good cartoon that
yeah.
HD before the movie came out.
Yeah, and also there was the Incredible Hulk. We can't forget him. He got removed in the second ever comic book, though, I think.
Right.
Then Captain America, though, actually was frozen in ice, and then he was brought into.
Yeah, I mean he
the
showed up
Avengers.
eventually, but
He showed up like early on, but not in the first ever issue.
like Ant-Man and the Wasp should have been there initially, and
Yeah.
they weren't.
But even though
We didn't get the Wasp until like last year.
yeah, we got like the person that plays that
Mm-hmm.
whoever like the person that is the Wasp, but like we got the pre-Wasp.
Yeah.
Like there was Hank Pym's wife. That was
Mm-hmm.
she was in the first Ant-Man.
Right.
We're not talking about Ant-Man though. I love this movie. I love it.
I don't even remember was that the one. Did it have to do with the Tesseract?
Well,
I don't
almost
remember.
all the movies had to do with the Tesseract, but this one mainly focused.
I
on
mean,
the
it was like
Tesseract.
but weren't all about the Tesseract. I mean, eventually, like the Tesseract was the first of the Infinity Stones that they dealt with, right? But eventually they collected all of them.
Well, I mean,
But I just remember thinking
Loki's
that.
scepter also kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I just remember thinking that they could have done way more interesting stuff with the Tesseract, but I don't even remember what happens in that movie. I haven't seen it since it came out in the theater.
I love this movie. Now,
Yeah.
it's not the most well written movie. It's really well written, but it's not like Citizen Kane or anything. The main thing that we like this movie for is that it's an Avengers movie.
Uh-huh.
How can you not like an Avengers movie? It's an Avengers movie.
Maybe there could be a sled named Rosebud in it. It would be even better.
Pretty sure.
All the characters are amazingly acted. Everything is amazing, and considering I think this is what's his name?
Joss Whedon.
I think this is his second film ever.
No.
Yeah, I think he said it in this movie.
No way is it is only
I
his
mean-
second feature-length motion picture.
I think he directed TV shows. He was a well-renowned
Yeah,
TV, but like he didn't. This was his second movie.
So
Like,
Firefly would have been first,
Yeah.
or
No,
Serenity rather.
I don't know.
Serenity. He directed Serenity. I know he did that.
When was that?
It was before that came out.
Okay, well then I guess that was his.
Surely he's directed other stuff before then.
I don't think so. I
Really?
think this was his second film. I mean,
That doesn't sound right.
I
but
think
well,
he said it in
okay.
his
All right. If
what
that's
is
what
that?
he said.
what's in there's a bonus feature in it, the audio commentary. Yeah,
Ooh.
and he talks about this being his second film and how like they really trusted him because he was friends with the guy that produced all of these movies, like all the MCU movies. Like he was friends with him. What's his name? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Kevin Feige. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I'm guessing that's how he got the job. But he did an amazing job. I mean, this is probably one of the best MCU movies. Probably one of the best ones. It's not the best, but it's probably one of the best. I mean,
it's just interesting to me because I remember all of the early I like Thor, which I've seen multiple times, Iron Man, which I've seen multiple times. I never really bothered to or even wanted to watch Avengers again. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're like a huge fan of Thor.
Yeah, I like Thor.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
This,
But he's not as cool as Beta Ray Bill.
yeah, they got Stormbringer, but they didn't get Beta Ray Bill. He's got to show up sometime.
He's got to.
Yeah, like it'll be Beta Ray Bill, and then Thor will give him his axe. Like Beta Ray Bill will do something, and it's cool, and then he'll give him his axe, and then he'll get like his old hammer or something. Like that's gotta happen sometime, right?
I don't know.
I mean, whatever. I mean, they really need to. I mean, they got like all the characters. I don't even have Beta Ray Bill. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, they can't have every character in the Marvel Universe. There's many of them.
Yeah, but they can still.
I mean,
try.
they don't even have Namor the Submariner yet. He's like
Yeah, but like they tried to get all the main ones
the
first.
oldest character in the Marvel Universe, practically.
Well, actually, no.
Who is? Captain America?
No, I think it's the Human Torch.
Oh.
What do you sing?
Can I play light music over this?
No, you can't.
What was that?
That was a pencil.
That was a pencil.
Right, so no light music. Well, the Human Torch and Namor and Captain America all came around at about the same time, right?
Yeah. Hey, do you want to do the next movie?
Sure.
Okay. So the next movie was Iron Man 3.
What's that about? Is that the one with the Mandarin who's not the Mandarin?
Yeah, that one. I love that twist. That was the only good thing about this movie. This is a Shane. Wait, did Shane Black direct Die Hard?
I don't know. Maybe.
This is a Shane Black movie to the core. It takes place in Christmas. Christmas of all things.
So it's a Christmas movie.
Technically, so like Die Hard. That's
Well,
why
Die
I thought it
Hard
was
is
like
a
Die
Christmas
Hard.
movie, absolutely.
I don't know. What does it really have to do with Christmas?
It happens at a Christmas party. It's like
They have a Christmas party in this movie. I don't know.
so. Anyway, the Mandarin is not really the Mandarin, and he's played by Qui-Gon Jinn. Right?
Yeah. I liked.
Liam Neeson? No.
I don't think he was played by Liam Neeson. I'm sorry, I didn't read the back this
Isn't
time.
that his name?
I don't think his. I don't.
Who plays him? Let
I
me
don't
see.
know. Maybe it was Liam Neeson. I don't know.
Ben Kingsley. Oh,
Ben
that's who
Kingsley.
it was. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Why
This
was
is-
I thinking it was Liam Neeson?
This is Trevor Slattery plays Mandarin, and that's the twist, and I love that twist. It's a great twist. Even though I would kind of prefer a little less racist version of the Mandarin, because that was one of my favorite characters when I read the comics. I love that character, but I don't know. I guess they just thought it would be better that they made the twist, and it was a really good twist. Killian, though, was a horrible character. This is probably one of the worst characters in all of the MCU. One of the worst. I know you think Thanos is worse, but I think that.
Oh, Thanos. Ugh.
Well, you're not. I'm not talking to you about Avengers: Infinity War.
Ugh. Thanos.
But
You need a real good character like Galactus.
I really think that
Doctor Doom.
that Killian is worse. He's like, first of all, even though I didn't know about the twist, I knew that there would be something where he's revealed to be the villain, because it's so obvious that he's gonna be the villain. They're like, it's so obvious to a point where I actually think that it might have not really meant to been a twist. It might have just been like, that he's gonna become a villain, because it's the most obvious thing ever. You have to be brain dead to realize, to not know that he's gonna be the villain. He's so obviously a villain.
So he's the villain, is what you're saying.
I don't think
Okay.
I think I was a little too subtle about that.
And Iron Man's got a new suit, like he always does.
Right.
He's got like Mark 28 or whatever.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, all the suits come and fly in and
Mhm.
fight Killian. Killian's really bad villain. Like even by Marvel standards, he's a bad villain.
Yeah.
Marvel doesn't have very good villains except for like Loki and a couple new ones, but this is a bad villain for like standard. This is
I don't know. I think Abomination is a pretty good villain.
I think that this is my second least favorite film in the MCU.
Okay.
I
rate it higher than Avengers Infinity War.
My least favorite.
Is Avengers Infinity War.
But I'll get into what my least favorite movie is next.
Because it's the next one?
No, I think the next one is Winter Soldier, actually.
Oh, that one was pretty good. Because it's got that guy who looks like Mark Hamill as Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. the Winter
Anthony
Soldier.
Mackie. The same guy that played, I think it was Anthony Mackie, I'm not sure. Maybe
Is
it
that
wasn't.
his name? That's not his name.
I don't know.
It's... I can't read this anymore.
I can read it.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
That's his
He was in
name.
Mr. Robot, right?
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
It's a show.
I've never seen that show or heard of it because I'm old. Sebastian Stan, also known as the son of Mark Hamill, even though they're not really related as far as I know.
I mean, it'd be weird if he was the son of Mark Hamill, considering his last name is Stan.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, like Stranger Things being liked by people.
That's a good show. I don't know what you're
I
talking
watched the
about.
first episode and it's not very good.
Well, de gustibus non disputandum
Whatever that means.
means there's no accounting for taste. Anyway, so Sebastian Stan plays Bucky Barnes, who is Captain America's sidekick back during the Second World War,
Yeah.
and somehow gets preserved by Russians or something.
Yeah, by
This is
the
like
way,
his third movie.
I do. What? It's not my third movie.
No, for like Dad.
Yeah.
So you want to swap in?
I want to swap in.
All right.
Let's finish this one first.
All right, I'll finish this up really quickly. And he gets preserved by Russians, and then they turn him into a killing machine by speaking code words to him in Russian.
Yeah, and I gotta say that
It has been. Okay, that's a long time. 53 minutes and 7 seconds.
We know.
okay, yeah, we don't need to know that really on it. I mean, I think it's a little overrated because it's kind of boring, but
It's better than Avengers Infinity War.
yeah. I mean, according to you, that's a low bar, so.
Yeah, Howard the Duck was better than Avengers.
No,
Infinity
it wasn't.
War.
No. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I've
No,
never.
Howard the Duck. You might think Avengers Infinity War is bland,
Uh-huh.
but Howard the Duck is my least favorite movie of all
Well,
time.
this is what I'm about to tell you. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace
Is
was better than Avengers Infinity War.
I mean, it's really boring.
And Jar Jar Binks is a more compelling
I gotta say,
character than Thanos.
Jar Jar Binks is the best part of Phantom Menace.
Oh,
Because
my
at least
goodness.
he acts. At least he acts.
Well, he
I mean,
does do
maybe it's an
that.
unpopular opinion, but nobody in that movie tries to act. So I immediately like Watto and Jar Jar
Watto
Binks more than any of the other characters because none of them compel me to like them.
I think Watto is maybe the best character in that movie. It's he's a better character than Thanos.
Unpopular opinion or
Ooh, here's another one.
what?
Jabba the Hutt is a better villain than Thanos.
Well, I mean, that's not very unpopular. I love Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, he's a pretty awesome villain.
I mean, he's not better than Thanos in my
One
opinion, but he's still
time
really
if
good.
someone only watched the part where Jabba the Hutt was in the movie Star Wars.
Yeah.
For some reason.
My favorite movie is the movie where they killed Jabba the Hutt.
Oh.
Return of the Jedi. Pretty sure that was. the
Yep. All right, and come on over here.
That's it,
We're done
that's it,
talking about
that's it.
Sebastian Stan turning into a Russian robot.
We didn't really talk about the movie in this case, but let's go on to the next one. What's next? I can't remember.
Whatever's next.
Was Thor before Captain America Winter Soldier? I don't remember. I guess I'll it doesn't matter. Thor the Dark World is my least favorite movie in all of these movies ever. This is my least favorite one of all of them. Almond. You know why?
Why?
Because it's not a good movie.
Okay.
There's not really much to talk about it. It's really bad. I mean, there's one joke where Loki pretends to be Captain America. That's really funny. But nothing else is good. Everything else is really bad. I hate this movie.
Well, then why do you still have it?
Because I'm a completionist. You know, I also hate Howard the Duck.
And you
And I have
still
that
have it.
movie. I have that movie. Because I'm trying to get all the MCU, all the Marvel movies, and
You said you would read the back of every one.
I have stopped doing that. Thor's mom dies in this one, and it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's also not good.
How again? I have seen the Thor: The Dark World. Remember, I've seen that one, but I forgot how his mom died. How?
I think he tricks Loki. She tricks Loki. I can't remember. I watched this movie and I couldn't remember anything. It's the blandest. Malekith is probably the second worst villain after Killian in all of the MCU. Malekith is bad. Pretty bad, I'd say. But that doesn't matter. He's like an albino dark elf. This movie only exists. Its only purpose is to introduce the red Infinity Stone, which is like
So
the
they made-
ether. The ether. I can't remember what. Hey, Dad, do you know what the ether is? What Infinity Stone the ether is?
No.
Yeah, neither I don't remember. Stupid. There's not much to talk about this movie. It's really bad. I mean, it's really dull. It's really boring. You saw this movie.
And I literally forgot everything.
You know the person.
Maybe it's because it's so bad.
I know this is not very. I know a lot of people talk about this, but I do not like Kat Dennings, and I do not like Natalie Portman. Kat Dennings, I've never seen her in anything else, but Natalie Portman, in everything I've seen her, she's horrible, both at acting and at portraying a character well. So that is.
Wait, just a second before you leave. It's still gonna stay alive. I just need to check. It's still gonna stay alive. I've done this on my phone before.
Don't even try.
No, I've done it on my. Oh, there it is.
Even if you have.
I
it
was
doesn't
gonna
matter.
charge my phone, but I didn't know where the charger was, and it was apparently right here. So like.
But whatever. This movie's stupid. I hate it. So let's move on to the next one. Actually, I'm giving this a 2 out of 10. I haven't rated any of them, but this movie I gave
This
it
is
to.
so bad because you rated it.
This is my lowest rated movie in the MCU.
So it was so bad that you had to rate it.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
You know what other movies got
And
too?
how much things are in your hair?
What do you mean?
Well, I've seen white stuff in there.
Oh yeah, I don't know. There's always I get white stuff in my hair. I've been trying to pull it out for years, and I don't understand. Like I keep trying to get it out, but it won't leave. Anyway, next movie is Guardians of the Galaxy.
The original? Oh, I haven't seen that. I've only seen. I've only seen Volume 2. I've never seen the original. Maybe I have when I was younger, but no, I don't remember seeing it.
Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the best MCU movies
Huh.
ever.
The Black Panther is amazing too.
Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy is great. I mean, some of the newer movies are better than Guardians of the Galaxy, but back then, Guardians of the Galaxy was everything. Everyone thought
Was epic.
that the Guardians of the Galaxy was gonna be bad.
And then it ended up being the best movie that
it
has
ended
ever
up-
existed.
Everyone loved it, and I think it's really good. I really do think it's really good. I know that Dad thinks that the whatever that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Avengers Infinity War are bad, but I really think that both. I like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 more than I like Guardians of the Galaxy, but Guardians of the Galaxy is also really good. So, I mean,
From what I've seen from Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
can you sit down,
Guardians
please?
of the Galaxy, is it like a funny movie and
It's a comedy.
comedy? Yeah. I know from seeing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't too different, that it is a pretty funny and really crazy action movie.
I mean,
It's crazy.
there's not a lot to talk about it, but I will definitely say I would see it. I would see it. It's a good movie. Ronan is really good. I actually had this funny story about Ronan. No, Ronan isn't a good villain. Yeah, I'm getting Ronan and the other guy, Yondu, confused. Sorry. Ronan is a horrible character. Yondu is a good character, though. I like Yondu. Funny story. One time I went to a McDonald's, and I saw this guy that looked almost exactly like Ronan. No, I mean, like Yondu. He looked almost exactly like Yondu. He wasn't blue, but he looked and sounded like Ronan. And I was like, what? You want my milk?
Was he the actor?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was at a McDonald's. I don't know why I would a McDonald's person, why a famous actor that was in an amazing movie would be in there.
Well, maybe he's just like he wants to go to McDonald's because he's like, oh
I mean-
well, I'm kind of driving to some place
I mean,
to
R.
the
Kelly.
airport, and I'm just gonna quickly stop and eat lunch before I go to the airport to go to Hollywood or something.
Yeah, but like the thing is, he was working at McDonald's.
He was working at McDonald's.
Yeah, it
Maybe
wasn't
he
the
was
actor.
just doing a short job before he could go to
I think,
Hollywood.
and you know that R. Kelly actually would serve food at McDonald's even when he was popular because he liked McDonald's so much. He would do it without pay. He did it a couple of times. It was hilarious. But let's just talk about Volume 2 because why not?
It's hilarious. I remember the part at the end of the movie where Pac-Man and this other thing, it was like,
Yeah, I love that. Yondu gets developed as a character, and I love Yondu. He's like one of my favorite characters in all of the MCU. So, yeah, he's good. He's a really, really good character.
honestly, I don't know the names of the characters, so can you describe Yondu?
He's blue.
The blue...
He's got the arrow.
The arrow.
He whistles, and the arrow will like shoot around and kill people.
Oh, that person.
Oh, that person.
I will kill you with this arrow.
He like puts it up and then he just like whistles and like it shoots everybody and it like kills them
Yeah,
all.
but you're.
We didn't talk about James Gunn. I'm mad because he got fired, because he did some tweets that people found offensive, and I found them offensive. But it was 6 years ago. It changed, and plus, you know that like Douglas, you know that what is his name? You know that Michael Douglas, okay, who plays Hank Pym in Ant-Man, was accused of sexual assault and stuff, and he's still hired. I think that they should rehire James Gunn. I really do. I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be a disaster without James Gunn. I mean, the casting was amazing, though. Chris Pratt. I mean, everyone thought that it was just because he was the third Chris that they were hiring him. Or, I mean, at least I thought that. But it is amazing casting. Amazing casting. Mantis, really well cast. I, honestly, maybe I'm an idiot, but I didn't know that the dude, the evil guy, was going to be evil. I thought he was going to be good. But maybe I'm an idiot because, I mean, it was a little obvious, I understand. The special effects are amazing, and it took a ton of stuff from pop culture. Like, you know, he used a Walkman. He used, like, a football game as, like, a piece of technology in one of his, is something. So, that's good.
I know, it feels good,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it does. Okay, well. As I say, you look more douchey than Sandpepper. Oh, such a burn. Burn.
I don't
Burn.
know what I'm talking about.
Burn.
If I dye my hair blue, I'll look more like Dan TDM for some
Do
reason.
not.
I
do not.
will not, but if I do, I'll look like. You know, I can show you a picture of Dan TDM. And
I know, I've seen Dan TDM. He's annoying. He's the most annoying person ever.
Yeah, but he
He's
has.
more annoying than you. And that's a statement, really.
Actually,
Actually, if you were gonna make a statement about a YouTuber
doesn't matter.
and saying that he's annoying, I'd say that he was that the whatever the YouTuber was more annoying than you.
Oh.
Because you're pretty annoying. I rest my case.
You know, you're annoying, really. You're really annoying.
Can we just continue with this?
Doesn't matter. I'm switching guests.
Okay. I'm gonna make a review of Minecraft.
yeah, you're totally gonna make a review of Minecraft. Anyway,
I did a Fortnite review.
Fortnite. Oh, Fortnite. You know, pull that chair out, please. Thank you. Fortnite is stupid.
That's why I did a review.
Okay, whatever.
It was
Anyone
not-
next person. Just mom.
In fact, I literally said in the video, I don't know why it's so popular. It's just like any other
Yeah.
shooter game with the playground.
Yeah, it's not very good. I mean, PUBG was the same, and Fortnite's really annoying. Couldn't they add in blood? Like, come on. Blood? Really? Are they pussies? I mean, I don't usually say that. I'm not so foul-mouthed, but I think that they are. Anyway, and by the way, I'd like to say that it's not sexist. You know why? Because people call other people dicks, and, you know, that's fine. So I'm just saying, it's not sexist. Don't want you to think it is, because it's not. Hey, does anyone else want to be on?
Hey Elijah, do you want to be on the?
Yeah, I know, but I want...
I'm not gonna do it again.
Why not?
Elijah, do you want to?
Okay, Mom, Dad, do you want to be on again?
No thanks.
Hey, Elijah, do you want to be on again?
No.
It gets stale if I'm just doing it with Ahmed. Hey, Ahmed, you entertain them for a while I convince Elijah Do something funny. I don't know. Say that Fortnite's good. Hey, you need to do it on your chair. It's not in frame.
Fortnite is somehow good. No,
You
it's
sit down.
really not.
Sit down.
I can prove that it's not good to you by showing you a review. I can prove that it's not good to you. I can prove that it's not very good to you by showing you a review.
How would you stand up? And
YouTube, YouTube, YouTube,
And time to show you my review to prove that Fortnite is not very good. Beautiful review.
I mean, it doesn't see that.
It will in a second. I'm just restarting.
Doesn't matter. We're not trying to show him a video.
Yes, I am.
Hey, is it gonna be on or not?
I am.
You can't.
Game on people on this planet. Okay, today I'm going to be reviewing the game Fortnite.
You can do it.
Probably heard about it. If you don't, you're not a gamer. Anyway,
Get that off. Get that out of the way. Here. Get in the chair.
I'm gonna do
Well, I'm talking to Anna.
one of the Iron Man ones. I'm gonna do one of
We've
the
gone through all the Iron Mans.
Iron Man 1, Iron Man
We just
2,
passed about an hour. We're hoping that
I'm
We're hoping that we'll
wanna
be able to
talk
get through the
about,
entire thing.
Spider-Man. I want to talk about Spider-Man.
our next movie is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh, I've seen the Lego version.
You know Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I've seen the Lego version.
Avengers: Age of Ultron. Everyone thinks this is bad, and yes, it's bad. It's boring.
I think that
Pretty bad.
the
Boring.
Lego version is different because
Yeah. So
because
don't talk about the Lego version.
well, it's because they started in a party.
No, there's a party in this one.
Oh,
They just don't start in the party though.
and then there's a giant Voltron machine thing.
Ultron, not Voltron.
Yeah, Ultron giant combined together Iron Man things. And it's just giant and flies around.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And they take over Iron Man's suit.
it begins in I don't know. It's not a very good movie. I can agree. Usually the middle movie, for some reason, is always the worst. Always the worst. Except for Iron Man. Can you talk to the camera?
Okay. I haven't seen any of this because, yeah, it's different in of the one I'm seeing. So you're looking at.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking up something. You gotta talk to the camera.
I don't know what to say.
Say something. I don't know. There's not much to talk about this movie. It's really boring. The guy's good. Samuel L. is good in this movie.
Is there Ant-Man in?
No, Ant-Man's not in this movie.
Oh. And the one I saw, Ant-Man was in.
Well, Ant-Man's not. So.
Also, I saw part of this. Voltron, like
It's Ultron, not Voltron.
Ultron.
Unless you're like weird. or something.
Creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah, when he
Ultron's
moves,
not a very good villain.
when he moves his mouth, it's like the Transformers in the live-action Transformers.
Transformers is a horrible movie. Everyone knows.
Also, I hate the mouth when they're mouth because they don't open up.
movie was
Flat.
good.
No, the original was really bad.
Curve.
No, it was
It was bad.
The first one.
It got Shia LaBeouf in it, and I don't know why Shia LaBeouf keeps getting work, because he's not good in anything except for Holes. Holes is he's good in Holes. I mean, there's really not a lot to talk about this. Ultron's not interesting. He's not a good villain. He keeps making weird jokes about Pinocchio and stuff, but it's not funny or anything. So I mean, it's not good. They bring in Vision like at the very end. They like build it up the entire time. Like everything has been building up. Like, oh, Vision's gonna be good, and then Vision like comes back at the very end. They bring her in, and then they fight, and then that's it. There's a party at the very beginning, so they get Loki's scepter, then they have a party. The party's amazing. That's the only good scene in the entire movie.
Wait, do they take off? Do they take off Iron Man's suit?
Yeah, he takes over the Iron Man.
Yeah, that's in the Lego version too.
He doesn't take our Iron Man suits. He just takes over a ton of Iron Man like bots, like robots that are
And then he builds a giant one.
an army.
Yeah, that's what happened.
The Ultron is the big one, but then all the other ones are like he also is in there. He destroys the internet and everything. It's interesting. I go in with low expectations. If you're a fan of the MCU, you'll like it. If you're not, then you probably won't like it. It's kind of boring. It does kind of drag in some spaces, but the good, in my opinion, there is good and there is bad, and they kind of cancel each other out. So that is it. Let's go on to Ant-Man, which is
one of the movies I like.
I love this movie. This is the first movie I ever got in my collection of Marvel movies because I actually bought it at some place, and the villain's bad.
No, you got X-Men. X-Men.
No,
X-Men 2.
this was the first one I got. I got it before X2.
Oh.
We'll talk about X2 next time. But this was good, sorta. I mean, it was okay. It was pretty okay. You know how he is. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't great. But it was like okay, but I don't even know. Last time, oh, I'm just weeping and weeping and weeping because I don't even know. Ant-Man, when this came out, I was excited. I wasn't as old as I am now. I was pretty while ago. It was like 2016 or something. I don't remember. But I saw this movie, I think, when it came out, or I don't know when I saw it, but I definitely saw it, and it was good. And the scenes with the guy where they go shooting around and he goes like talking in everybody else's body, that's really funny. It's really funny. Ant-Man's a really good character, and I was excited for this. But I do have a bone to pick with this movie. A bone to pick with this movie. In the comics, the character that's the villain, I can't remember, it's Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket is the villain. And in the MCU, and in the comics, actually, he's in there, but he's like Ant-Man's alter ego. It's when Ant-Man kind of like goes insane, like Hank Pym goes insane a bit, and then like kind of becomes evil and stuff, and it's like really sad, and it's really good, and it's well developed, but then they just kind of make him into a stereotypical bad guy, and he's not even like Hank Pym or anything. He's just another dude. They don't take it from any. And you know, Eggman, Egghead, is the main villain in is Ant-Man's arch enemy, and he's not been in either of the Ant-Mans, and I'm mad about that because Egghead is great. I love Egghead.
Why does he have the word egg in it?
Because his head looks like an egg. It's like shaped
I've
like an
never
egg.
seen.
I hope that whatever. This movie is not great. Most of it's good. The Ant-Man stuff, whenever Ant-Man or Hank Pym is on screen, it's great. But whenever it's not, that's bad. And usually they're on screen most of the time. So, I mean, it's like 99% of the time. So most of the movie's really good. I mean, I recommend it. If you're a Marvel fan, then you're probably gonna like it. You might like it if you're not a Marvel fan, but you might, if you don't like it, then I can understand. It's not for everyone. Especially if you're a fan of the character, you'll like it a lot more. Hey, does anyone else want to be on?
I'll go back on.
I'm a fan of the Venom.
Final 2 movies.
That's not. There's actually more than 2 movies.
I'm the fan
No,
of the
these are the
symbiotes.
final 2 movies, right
Those
here.
are the last 2 movies I have. But we're talking about all the MCU movies.
Yeah, so like, after these 2 movies.
Captain America Civil War is the next one.
Okay. After these 2 movies, I'm gonna. How much are we gonna talk about?
We just finished phase 2. We're talking about the rest of phase 3.
And how much more of phase 3 is there?
It's the longest phase.
Oh, this might have to be done by you because I'm gonna just do a review video right now.
Can you do it? Sit down. You gotta do at least a couple more.
Okay, I'll do 2 more, I guess.
2 more.
As long as this was by you.
Darn it!
How did you get back there? How? You have to sit down. You're out of frame.
It's too magical.
It's
magical. Oh, let's continue.
Don't turn off the live stream. Do not turn off
do
the live
whatever
I
you
will
do.
not.
stream. Okay.
Only tell us if there are people joining our live stream or watching it. Only tell us. I know there's 0 people right now.
Then
There's 0 people.
so the next one is I can't remember. Almond. That's fun.
Oh,
remembering.
is it? You already. Oh,
It's not either of those movies. It's Captain America Civil War. Let's talk about
what's
that one.
after that?
I won't tell you.
Is it Black Panther?
No.
Is it Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Oh, it's not. Sit down.
Fine.
Anyway, so the movie is bad. It's a bad movie. No, I'm just kidding. It's a great movie. There's some parts that I don't like, but there's some good parts too. Civil War, it's kind of interesting because it's weird. It develops Iron Man probably more than any of the other movies, and I think it's a good movie. I really think it's a good movie. It's a little overrated, but I think it's definitely the second best Captain America movie. Second best, right after Winter Soldier. Oh, it's my favorite Captain America movie. Well, no, actually, my favorite would be the first Avenger. I don't know. My favorite would be the first Avenger, and then whatever. It doesn't matter. Are you gonna say anything?
Well, I honestly don't know what to say about it.
It's kind of like Iron Man versus Captain America, so it's interesting. Because it's sort of like Batman versus Superman, except it's good. I mean, I didn't know that there could be a good movie that was a superhero movie. Because, I mean, it's good, man. Right, Dad? Batman versus Superman is not a good movie, right?
It's kind of boring.
I thought you said it was really bad.
It's just long, boring.
Was there any good parts?
Yeah,
Like what?
when Wonder Woman showed up.
Okay, not counting the Wonder Woman or Flash cameos, was there any good parts?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
I know it feels good, but please stop.
Anyway, it's funny because we actually get to look through how politics work. Now, the politics I actually think is skewed, but it doesn't matter because it's good. It's a good film. It's good. I don't know, but there's not actually much to say. It's not boring. If you hate the MCU, you won't like it. But if you are mutual or have never seen one, or if you like it, then you'll probably like this movie. Hey, get your middle finger out of your mouth. Get your index finger out of your mouth. Get all of your fingers out of your mouth. Get your hand out of your mouth.
It's out of my mouth.
Keep
but now it's
everything
back
out
in.
of your mouth. Here.
That means my tongue can't be in my mouth. I need a knife to cut it off. Just a second.
No, 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 no! No! Don't cut off. You actually, yeah, cut off your tongue. Get out. I don't want to hear you anymore.
I'm not gonna do
Boring.
that.
You're basic.
I am very basic.
You're basic.
Updated
Basic.
Minecraft.
Actually, I am very few of the people who can lift their thumb, curl up this finger, lift their thumb, their pinky finger, and this finger, and then lift this finger up to the level of the other ones. No, this finger. Okay. Curl this finger, put this finger up, this thumb
Can I
up,
put
and
myself in
pinky
screen?
finger. No. Put this finger curled like that. Put your pinky finger up, your thumb up, and this finger up. If you can raise that final finger up to
This one.
the final finger up to the level of the others.
Not
No,
fair.
with that one curled.
What do you mean, final finger? Like that one?
Yeah.
Not that hard.
Actually, for some reason, the reason this happens is because most people have a tendon in every finger except for this finger, which has a tendon connecting to both of these fingers.
And where did you learn this?
From a video that says only 10% of people can do
Okay,
this
this
stuff.
is, don't trust them. Don't trust them.
Beautiful.
I mean, if you like them because they're entertaining, then that's fine, but they are not factual. Trust me on this. They aren't.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
Actually, some of them I have proven because of my classmates are true. Like, it's really hard to lick your elbow.
Yeah, but I don't think they said that.
Yeah, they did actually.
But
Most
everyone
people
knows.
can't lick their elbow.
Everyone knows that that it's hard to lick your elbow. That's
and most
common
people
knowledge.
can't put their fist in their mouth.
But yeah, but you need a really big mouth. You didn't.
Are you about done? Because it's dead time.
Dead time.
No, don't kill me. Don't kill me.
We're talking. We've just started phase 3. We're gonna finish this live stream. I don't care what you say. We're gonna finish it.
It's like 10:30.
I don't care. The next one.
Still waiting for Minecraft.
So we just finished Ant-Man, and then we Captain America: Civil War. So our next movie is Doctor Strange, I think. Yeah, Doctor Strange. The makeup should have won Best Makeup. It really should have. The makeup was amazing.
There's a reward for that?
Yeah, in Oscars. Hey, don't keep that. In the Oscars, you won Best Makeup in the Oscars.
I bet eventually people will start noticing that in the old movies, whenever there was a slice of a sword, people would start noticing that there was a cut scene to the other person because they had to put the makeup on for the person to look like they were bleeding to death. Ah!
Or they could have just not shown them bleeding. You know.
Yeah, but they'd have to because
I
if a sword was cutting
doesn't
them,
matter,
then
we're
it'd have
talking-
to cut through their armor or shirts or whatever.
Doesn't matter. We're just talking about the.
How physics works.
No, we're talking about Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange.
The
I think it's. I think the first movies like Iron Man and Thor, and Captain America: The First Avenger. Of those, Doctor Strange is probably the worst. Probably. It's
Have
not
you
a very
been
good
picking
film.
at that the entire time?
No, I haven't.
Ow, you're hurting my finger.
So, is there anything you can add to Doctor Strange? You've seen it.
I've seen it, but I mean, I've seen a lot of I don't really have too much to add to it. And if I continue talking, this will start ending up like our Spider-Man review. Boy, that was terrible.
I mean, it's not a good movie.
No, I'm talking about the Spider-Man review.
Doctor Strange isn't a good movie, but I think it's kind of a little bit too much like Iron Man. It's not exactly. There's some differences, but I think it's a little too much like Iron Man. The only difference is he's forced to do it because of selfish reasons, and he starts to overcome those selfish reasons, except for Iron Man, who does it because of good reasons. So I mean, there's not much to talk about that one. Chronologically, I think the next one is Black Panther. Yeah, it's Black Panther. Okay, I have.
Well, I said I would do a couple.
This is
more.
the most.
This has been a couple. Wait, I want to do a little bit of Black Panther.
This is the most
Black Panther.
This is the most
Oh my gosh, I can't say it.
Black Panther. This is the most expensive movie I've done. This is the most expensive movie I've ever bought. It was $14.99.
Well, probably because it's like epic. It's the best
Yeah.
movie I have ever
It's
seen.
really
It's
good.
beautiful.
It's really good, actually. Yeah, it's really good. I mean,
Constantly action. And there's constantly this guy who puts rings in his lip to make them stretch. It's really
oh yeah,
weird.
there's one guy that he's like the leader of one of the tribes,
And
has
he
a
put
big
disc in his ear.
his lips and
Wait.
they're like super. It's
No,
like,
no, no. I did some research and it turns out
Yeah,
that
that's a real
people,
thing.
that's a real thing. People do that.
Yeah,
for
I
some
know. I mean, Africans have traditional Africans have a lot of weird
Doesn't
traditions.
that
Like
hurt?
they've got, that some people put
Their
things
lips-
around their necks to stretch out their necks. I don't understand why they do
I
that.
know. And then they put these discs in their lips. Doesn't that hurt? How are you guys living?
I mean,
How are you guys-
it's like
How are
getting-
your lips not ripped in half by now?
They didn't just pull it. Like the thing, it
They-
grew
they-
bigger and bigger. And
Yeah,
bigger
they got a small disc, then a bigger one. But how hasn't your lips like stretched enough to snap them already? Like
because
how?
it was so slowly because it grew. It grew that it didn't really stretch. It kind of grew sort of in the bigger and bigger and bigger to accommodate the disc.
They even do it in their ears sometimes. It's
Yeah, they do it in their ears, and it's weird. Like the guy has like a long ears. It goes down to his like elbow or something. It's weird. It's like super low.
I can't remember.
Anyway,
What can't you read?
I mean they've got the women soldiers are actually really good. I mean it's all like the guard for the King's Guard is really good.
I got it.
Is really good, and the villain is probably one of the best villains in all of the MCU, probably. And this is the second Human Torch to be a character in the MCU, along with Chris Evans. Michael B. Jordan and Chris Evans are both played the Human Torch and both got in the MCU. Now all we need is the guy that was in The Boy Who Could Fly. He played the Human Torch in the original Fantastic Four. Who is this? Who's the guy? The Boy Who Could Fly, the Invisible Boy.
he played Chip in Almost Human. I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, I mean he's a pastor now, so whatever. He might do acting. I think his last job was in like 2016 or something.
Are we touched? Don't we have to take the puppy out?
Anyway,
It's fine. I just,
so
no, I will do it.
the only
Yes, and
problem
I've done
is
it like
that it's
4
kind of
5
like
times
Captain
too.
America, how he's a
I'm just
great
saying-
person,
That's
I thought our
and he's a little less fleshed out because it's
I
the first
will,
all-black
yes,
cast,
yes,
and
I
this is
will. I'm
definitely
not-
one of my favorite movies.
because I have to.
The only
because I want you
thing
to
that's
do it.
bad
I'm
about this movie
doing it because it's cold outside. I want to close the garage door.
the only thing that's bad about this movie is that
I will take him out here in a few
the
minutes.
main character is a little less fleshed out, but I think that might be a problem that Captain Marvel suffers from too. But an all-black cast is amazing,
I
and
guess I should have done it like
everything else is amazing. There's no, I can't think of one other
Just
thing
now.
that was bad. The casino scene, unlike in Star Wars, like
There's no
Return
way
of
for
the
me to
Jedi
predict
or
that it would
whatever,
happen this very
Wait,
second.
is
This was an all black cast. Wait, that
was
means that this proves this is an epically amazing movie, proving that racism shouldn't exist because black people make beautiful movies and they're so amazing.
yeah.
See, racism.
Racism solved.
Racist people should not exist because this is
Yeah.
what they have done.
Yeah.
This is literally what they have done.
They talk a
Guys,
lot about racism.
You
in
need
this
to
movie.
stop this now. I asked you already 20 minutes
Yeah, it's
ago.
time for you guys to get ready.
It is
for bed.
Come
way past
on,
bedtime.
we just got a couple more movies.
No,
We just got a couple more movies. We
You
got
can finish it tomorrow.
No, we can't. We literally
This is
can't.
a live
Listen,
stream.
We
this
literally
is
can't.
not negotiable.
Yeah,
Right
I
now.
know. I gotta do it. I gotta finish.
Right
I'm just gonna finish
now.
it. What's the big deal? I'm up
It's
this late anyway.
10:32.
You know I have to take my sleeping pill at 12 anyway.
Your brothers have
Fine, you can go to bed, but I'm gonna keep talking about these. I mean, I'm not gonna be on for that much longer. So I can't keep talking because Dad doesn't want to talk. Nobody else can really talk with me, so let's see the next movie. Spider-Man Homecoming. This is the last movie that is here. I love this movie. This is my
Can't wait for tomorrow.
I've only rated 2 of my MCU. I've only rated 2 Marvel movies 10s. I rarely rate any movies 10s, and this is one of the 2 movies I've ever rated 10. Deadpool and Spider-Man Homecoming are rated 10s, and those are the only movies that are rated 10s. I love this movie. It's great. It's amazing. So it's like, maybe it's because I'm like a tween or like almost a teen. It's because, I don't know, I just think that this movie is really good. I think it's really good. I don't even know why. I mean, I guess it's because they don't do the stupid backstory. That's boring. I don't care about the backstory. I want the actual, like, I just want Spider-Man. I don't want Spider-Man stuff. I don't want him to go through all this backstory stuff. It's backstory. Okay? So, this is a good movie. I love it. I love it a lot. It's really good. It's really well written. It's really well written. It's really funny, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna say about the movie. I'll go into more detail during my review of the movie. Thor Ragnarok.
And then end up
Thor Ragnarok is a great movie. I think
I love messing with stuff.
it's a great movie. Hey, do you want to talk to me about Thor Ragnarok? No, you can't. Dang it. Thor Ragnarok is a good movie. I like it. I mean, it's really funny. It's a little too funny, but I like how there are no humans except for Hulk and Doctor Strange, and they count. And I know Doctor Strange is kind of a cameo, but I think it's okay because it seems like he would actually be there, and I'm excited that he was in the movie. The time on Sakaar is really good. You know what's really boring is the times when they're not on Sakaar. You know, whenever they're not at Sakaar, it's good. It's good whenever they're not on Sakaar. So I love the parts on Sakaar. The parts not on Sakaar, you know, they're not very good. So I just get rid of them because we don't like the parts that are on Asgard and everything. I like the parts on Sakaar. And then like the final battle on Asgard is pretty good. Thor is actually a really well-developed character in this one. He's better developed than all the other ones. Loki's really well-developed in this movie too. And the movie's really funny, and I like it a lot. It's my dad's favorite MCU movie ever. So, next one. Okay, Avengers Infinity War is technically the next one to come out, but I'm going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp first because I'm going to leave Avengers Infinity War to the finale. The final alley. Okay? Ant-Man and the Wasp is a great film. Going with low expectations. It's not amazing. Going with low expectations, but it's a really good film. I know everyone's like, oh, it's just riding off the success of Avengers Infinity War. And yes, it sort of is, but you could say that about every movie that comes out after this. It's a more wholesome thing, and after the world-ending events of Avengers Infinity War, it's nice to turn back and see a movie that's a little wholesomer, where the stakes aren't as high, where the stakes are just one person dying. That's just the only stake. It's not the entire half of the universe dying. I mean, it's not high stakes. Plus, there's less fighting, which I'm happy about because I don't really like fighting. But the animation was amazing, and I loved it, and it was great. So that's what I'm going to say about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then Avengers Infinity War, the finale. Like, they could have ended the MCU right at the end of this, and I would have been happy. Because This movie was amazing. It was so good. Thanos was an amazing villain. Everyone felt like they were actually together. They felt like they were good. They felt like it was like they should have been in the movie. Like meaning it felt like they weren't forced, except for Black Panther. But that Black Panther doesn't really count. I mean, Black Panther was a little forced, but I still think that it was a good place to have the battle. So, you know what? Actually, never mind. The Avengers: Infinity War was amazing, and the ending was great too. Mr. Stark, I don't want to go. That's the greatest scene in all of the MCU. Greatest ever. The death scene was truly emotional. I cried in the theater. It was great. Thanos, a really good villain. He's crazy Malthusian. He wants to kill everybody. He's really well acted, and I think the animation's really good. I think it should have won Best Animation. I'm saying it should have won. Okay, for Oscar, it didn't win, but it should have won. It really should have, but it didn't. But I mean, Black Panther won 4 or 5 Oscars, so I mean, I guess I can't complain. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Black Panther won 4 or 5 Oscars. Yay! But Avengers: Infinity War felt like it was not forced, and it felt amazing, and felt like a really, actually good movie. So I'm gonna say that is it. That is the movie, and I'm finished. I'm finished with this. I'm finished with the movies. I'm finished with this live stream. So,